talk about overalls.
Okay, overalls.
Yeah.
It started off as a Halloween costume, as a tribute to another podcast.
To Dax Shepard.
And I quickly realized that women have had a very large advantage over us for a long time. I realized how freeing it was not to have a belt or a waistband constricting my waist for an entire day. It's amazing. There's no other piece of clothing in men's fashion that I know of, at least in American men's fashion, that mimics this.
Yes, and this is why I wanted to bring it up.
Women have dresses. They have other things that don't constrict their waistband. This is insane how comfortable my days are when I wear overalls. I wish I didn't get farmer comments or mechanic comments, but man, it's freeing. I didn't know that was a problem I had in my life of waistbands holding me back, but it's 100%.
Yeah, so I'm down here actually helping Ian. Ian has purchased a home, and we were doing some projects. I live in Bangor, Maine. We're down in Gorham, Maine right now at Ian's house. And so he was talking about these overalls yesterday, and he had another pair for me to wear. And when he was mentioning this, I'm in my head thinking like, yeah, okay, like I guess it's nice not to have a belt. But if you're a guy out there that has not tried overalls, give them a whirl, because what he says is true. Women, whether it's a sundress or a jumper or whatever, they have options to not have that belt.
There you go.
If you picture your grandfather or some old guy that has been around forever with this huge beer pot belly, yes, sure, some of it is probably beer and bad food. But in my brain, I've got this conspiracy theory that belts and where you wear them and how tight they are, your gut eventually slowly drips over it, and you get the man.
I don't know if the science is there to support that.
Once again, this is my conspiracy theory of fashion. But that
visual assessment,
right?
I understand why you would think that.
And so now, as a man, now that you've pointed this out to me, I almost want. I'm not going to wear overalls every day, but part of me is like, oh my god, get rid of the belt. Like I'm going to get my stomach's going to hang over my pants.
Every day's
as
tough.
I age.
Every day's tough. If you are if you're a fashion designer and you happen to have somehow gotten a hold of this podcast, please,
which is very likely,
it's extremely
this is going to
likely.
become one of the #1 fashion podcasts out there.
Please work in designing nice cut, but still loose enough fitting, comfortable men's everyday fashion. And we're talking about. I just want to specify this because I learned this about overalls. People will call them coveralls or overalls, and they'll think about multiple things. I think the word coverall is associated with like what Mike Myers, the Halloween serial murderer, wears, like a mechanic's like flight suit, jumpsuit, kind of all one thing with sleeves.
Yeah,
these are specific. I'm specifically talking about bib overalls. So like strap over each shoulder. You got the bib there. And I will say that there are different cuts out there. They're not all created equal.
That is
I went through a few different pair before I found the ones, and I will say I'm going to officially endorse Carhartt.
Well, also, I want to make it clear that Ian is talking based on comfort. I am going just off the fact that I'm afraid I'm going to get a gut.
I think they look good too.
Belt,
I'm not going to lie. In certain situations, I think I look. Yeah, I think it looks cool
for you as well. All right,
somewhat.
Also, I'm gonna cut us off here because we've already spent about 5 minutes longer on the overalls than I expected. We've never done this, so I don't know how long the phones will record.
I'm sorry, I thought this was coveralls with Chaz Bruns.
Well, I mean, I'm going to talk about overalls every episode that I ever make for sure. But no, my laptop, I don't know. I just hit record, and it could stop at any moment. So we're going to move on to the next topic here. We're going to get a few topics in on this. I'm hoping to have a 30-minute episode here, but... You just watched a segment of the show, Chasms of the Mind. To see the full episode, click the link below.